How's everybody doing tonight? We're here for our weekly energy oracle forecast. And right off the bat, we've got somebody who wants to talk. Let's see. Oh, expand. General theme of life these days. We're kind of in this limbo between eclipses right now. We've got the full moon in Taurus coming up with another eclipse. And right now, it's like we are shedding and we're having those contractions and growing pains that lead way to expansion. So life is really asking us and pushing us to expand into our potential, to expand, our resources and our resourcefulness and our bandwidth, right? For what we can, withstand. I know recently I've pushed myself towards some goals and I found that I've been able to, have like this deeper reservoir of energy that I didn't know that I had, or even when I didn't have the energy and I was so tired and burnt out and feeling body pain and things starting, it's just like I just stayed determined and I did my best to get the rest that I needed and do what I can. And now it's like I've pushed through the discomfort and now I'm like, I've hit a stride. So if you guys are feeling the same, if you're feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired, I can't go on any further, don't worry. These are growing pains. These are the pains of giving birth. These are contractions, right? It feels like everything's getting tighter and cramping in a way. And that's just because everything's about to start opening up even more. In my daily card pulls on TikTok, I've noticed there's a theme of, this growing momentum and maybe get like little pieces of tiny moments happening that are stacking on to one another. Like you might have a little epiphany and then maybe something might come through and you get a bit of clarity about something. And then it feeds your decisiveness and then suddenly you're inspired to take action on something and, maybe you get further than you think you did, or would. And so it's like little bits of momentum or success or progress are like giving us leaps and bounds as far as results go. So yeah, the universe is supporting us to expand. We're being asked to expand. At this point, it's going to be more uncomfortable if we are resisting the expansion because we are going to be having the discomfort of stagnation. Okay, I did notice that power was on the bottom of the deck when I was talking about expand. I saw voice, a clump of cards came out, so I just wanted us to have a more clear, just one at a time. Think about that power, voice, expanding your voice, expanding your power through voicing, using your voice, right? The expansion of your consciousness is also expanding the power or the effectiveness or the persuasiveness of your voice, of the way that you're able to communicate or pitch something. Duality. So when this card comes up, I'm always thinking like this character is like, on the one hand, this is amazing, everything's going so great, and on the other hand, I feel like I'm gonna die. It's like, oh God, shaking off the negativity over here and then looking at all of the beauty that's growing and sprouting. And that's us to a T right now in between, this eclipse season. It's like the eclipse season wants to expand us and accelerate and give us momentum, but we have to shed the weight. Right? Think about a rocket launching through the atmosphere, and once it gets so far, it has to break off, right? The pieces so it pushes through to outer space. Or if you're in a hot air balloon, you have to let go of your sandbags, right? In order to, get your elevation. So this time that we're in right now, it's kind of bittersweet. It's uncomfortable and it's exciting and it's frustrating and there's tension building and we have anticipation that something is breaking through. We just don't know what. And so we're kind of like in this moment where we don't know what to do with ourselves. In a way, we feel like we're spinning our wheels. In a way, we feel like we want to like get in there and like get it all done and have everything perfect and everything's already done. Like we want to have the empire already built, right? And it's not going to get built in a day, right? And there could be factors in what you're wanting to manifest that have dualistic aspects to it, right? There could be other people involved, other factors involved that are playing into your evolution or this transformation or things changing in your life that, you know, on the one hand, things are very happy and very blessed and, you know, exciting. And at the same time, it's like there are things that we are letting go of, we're mourning, we're having to let fall away. So I guess, you know, practicing the balance and compassion of understanding during this sort of period of change and transformation. It's like having compassion for yourself and others, of knowing that like we're kind of mourning what we're walking away from and what we're moving on from, and the old us that's not coming with us, or, you know, the old aspects of life that we're just not going to continue on with. It's like, on the one hand, it's kind of sad. And on the other hand, we're very excited about what's to come instead. So the throat chakra card came up, which is, it makes me think of what we were just talking about the voice, about using, you know, the power of your voice, about unblocking this throat chakra so that you can be even more persuasive in the ways that you communicate. And so unblocking your throat chakra has to do with speaking the truth, right? Being truthful, being honest with yourself in a conscious way, being able to like look at yourself honestly and realistically, or look at your life honestly or realistically. Or this is about like living with integrity and being in alignment with what you really value or what's authentic to you, and not putting on a front for someone else, not people pleasing, not doing what mom and dad want me to do because this is what, you know, they're comfortable with or whatever. It's like you have to be your true self. This expansion, this next chapter, it's for you, your soul, to blossom and be expressed out in the world. And your soul is unique, and it cannot be entertaining other people's comfort zones anymore. It has a mission and it has a purpose and it has a unique value to that. And so we have to stop downplaying that so that we fit in with the crowd, or that we make everyone happy, or we feel like everyone, you know, is more happy when we're complying, right? When we're keeping the status quo. We've got to be ready to, you know, live in our truth stronger with more conviction, even if it ruffles feathers. Okay, let's see. Let's get 2 more cards. Let's get more clarity on that throat chakra. Ooh, this whole thing came out. Ooh, knowledge, breathe, and vision. So again, it's like we're sharing what we have learned. We are, you know, living from gained experience, and we are communicating our knowledge, right? And we are, you know, using what we know and what we've learned to temper how we communicate, or what we choose to communicate and what we don't choose to communicate. As we are sort of like moving through this transitional phase, as, you know, major chapters of our lives are closing up, and maybe, you know, you have been closing those up over the last year and a half, 2 years, but it's just, now it's like the dust is settling, the wind is blowing through the rest of like the, you know, the tumbleweeds, you know, and you're getting ready for this brand new fresh start. So in the meantime, it's just like breathe, allow the expansion to happen. You know, it's funny, we're talking about giving birth, and it's like when you are in labor, when women are in labor, they are, you know, encouraged to do Lamaze breathing, right? It's these special breathing techniques that allows everything to relax and open up and helps the pain move through, right? And so literally take a minute to breathe, like to allow like a breath of space between feeling like you have to be finished with one thing and into the next. Allow space. Allow, you know, the allow your mind to just rest, allow your heart to rest, allow your soul to rest, and take a breath and take a breather and literally connect with your breath. Maybe some meditation is in order. But as you do, then your vision will be expanded and it will become more crystallized and vivid, okay? And so when we're tired, when we're frustrated, when we feel a lot of pressure, our vision of what's possible begins to shrink because our threshold, our tolerance is like shrinking, and our faith is kind of being stunted. It's like we don't believe that, like earlier when I thought I was too tired to be able to get everything done, or I didn't have enough time or whatever. It's like, no, I made a little tweaks and changes and I was able to make those stretch a long way. So it was pushing through that tiredness that was shrinking my vision. It was holding my potential down. So as we heal, as we give ourselves rest and respite and renewal, we will be expanding our vision and our enthusiasm and our, our conviction and our sort of our grit and our energy to go after it and get it done. All right, you guys, I'm feeling good. I think also too, the more that we can, wrap our minds around what it is that we want, what it is that we're creating, what it is that we're trying to communicate, the more we can crystallize our vision, the closer it will be to manifesting. The easier it will be for us to execute steps towards that thing because we will be more clear about what it is. All right, y'all, take care. We'll be back tomorrow for our anchor message. That is when we take a look at the spiritual lessons for the week ahead using the wild unknown archetypes. The archetypes will be basically our soul assignments for the week, and we'll get some clarity with some tarot cards. All right, y'all, ciao.